these be watching me. Got your trees in the spine, and I just hit 1 million views. So much better, I don't know what to do. Stack it up, gon' call me a coupe. I be drippin', they calling me soup. I be drippin', they calling me soup. Stack it up, gon' call me a coupe. I be drippin', they calling me soup. 15, when I saw my first 100 bids. Got my first 100 bids and made it through the running, man. They know how we coming, man. Gotta get this money, man. I came up from nothing, had to turn it into something, man. 15, when I saw my first 100 bids. Got my first 100 bids and made it through the running, man. They know how we coming, man. Go and get this money, man. I came up from nothing, had to turn it into something, man.
I'm the big homie now. Don't forget that. I'm the big homie now. I got my spunk, Louis Vuitton, truck in the front. What are you doing? I look so good. Don't call me She wanna this and I'm Buick. I pull it up. They wanna we gon' get. What are we doing? I got a crib. They gon' get.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Oakland Raiders. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set, blue 90, blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. Now for the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Detroit! Leopard!
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19! Gone!
To throw on 2nd down. McCarthy. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. On first down, McCarthy caught out left side by Robinson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the gun, McCarthy, and he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. A gain of 6 there on first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. Cooper's got it. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
Now Mack. And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCarthy. And his throw is incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's 3rd and short.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Gun!
From the gun, McCarthy. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves,
a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A huge play there for Washington. 53 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside. Now that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
All right, now, look at 56.
He'll drop to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. And he'll bang that one through. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're...
Bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. But the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This is taken at the 18. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Back to throw. McCarthy. And that's caught inside the 35. And that one results in 35 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Here's Matt. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Gun! 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 Gun!
To throw on second down. McCarthy trying to lay one up deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Operating from the gun. McCarthy steps away to his left. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Mario Edwards forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. but you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Detroit! Detroit! Hey. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On 1st and 10, McCarthy. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit! 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 Detroit!
To throw on 3rd down, McCarthy. And this is going to be incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And here come the Redskins now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Complete. Richardson has it. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll set up a throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this 1st half. He's got his guys a 1st down here. They're going to look to throw. He's going to look deep for Perriman. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Raiders. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. 23 yards on the play. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing on first down. McCarthy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, McCarthy. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, McCarthy. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. McCarthy. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. On first down, he'll drop to throw. This one complete to Jordan Reed. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go now. 3:19. 3:19. Leopard.
Back to throw here. He's going to go up top for the end zone. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Out left side here to Bryant. Martavis Bryant past the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Martavis Bryant with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at the 3. A nice little juke. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Look to throw here. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Redskins on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On 1st and 10, McCarthy going deep here for Bryant. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. A big play that time for the Raiders. 44 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders have drawn even here, and they can take the lead with the extra point to come. Extra point right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the third. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, here we go. Blue 90, Blue 90. Detroit, 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 Detroit.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Raiders have recovered.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory, and
move on to the next series.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, 90.
And the blitz does come. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCarthy over the middle. Cooper with it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4.
Over!
Looking to throw. McCarthy. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 1st down. McCarthy. Bryant with a catch right side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Good. Watch it now, Barney.
Now a carry for Mack. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, McCarthy. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And Rodgers has it over on the right side. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
To throw on 2nd down, McCarthy. And this is caught at the 8. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run it with Mack. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. McCarthy. He'll buy some time right. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. And it's 3rd and short. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Green 39! Green 39!
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Intended that time for Cooper. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Got to be careful here. Backed up this deep on third down. Throw left side complete. It's Douglas. And now look at him go. 20, 10, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Now a toss coming right side. That's Douglas, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to the air on second down. McCarthy, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. From the gun, McCarthy letting one fly deep for Cooper. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
3-19. 3-19.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw. McCarthy. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On first down, McCarthy. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. Back to throw again. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be covered up by the Redskins. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Detroit! Detroit! Everyone's got four down. We in 21, we in 21.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
All right, here we go.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong, but you've got to think that going forward for next year, they're going to jump that number up a little bit higher.